There comes a moment in dating where you suddenly feel the shift. His texts start getting a little bit shorter. His effort begins to fade, and suddenly you are carrying the connection and getting bare minimum energy in return. And not only is this unattractive to men, it is so draining to you as a woman. But here is what most women don't realize. This dynamic is not permanent. There is a few key psychological shifts that can change his perception of you instantly. Not by chasing or over-explaining or begging him to love you, but by shifting the way that you are showing up in the dynamic. And once you do these, the right man will never take you for granted again. Mark my words. And if you like videos like this, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you can see other videos I upload every week. First key psychological shift is from the principle of scarcity. So you have to understand that people value what they find is rare. So think about yourself. Do you want the guy who has tons of free time to hang out, blows up your phone, begs for a date, has no social life or career? Or do you want the guy who has tons of options? Women are begging to date him, busy work life, booming social schedule, but he makes time for you? Now you feel special that he wants to spend his one night off taking you to dinner. And this is the principle of scarcity at work. When you are always available, super over-accommodating to his schedule, you are indirectly sending the signal to him that your time is cheap. And watch, he will start to slowly value it less. Inversely, if you have a full calendar, then your presence begins to feel like a privilege. And before people get in my comments, busying their fingers, saying this is playing games, no, it's not. This is about having standards and not over-investing in men who are investing in you, which in my opinion is just smart. So here's how this looks in practice. Stop responding so quickly to his texts. Stop rearranging your life for his last-minute plans. The less free time and attention you give that man, the more he values it. Simple as that. And not for nothing, when a man feels like you like him, but you don't need him, it triggers a healthy fear of loss within him. And that motivates him to continue courting you even when you're in a relationship, because he never feels like he truly has you, which is how clever women move differently. The second shift is the mirror effect. This is how you keep the power in a dating dynamic. So first you have to understand how you lost it. It's almost always the same thing, making this man the main character, pursuing him first, texting him first, begging for scraps of his time. Ew, never. This is a trap, ladies. Because once you treat a man like he is the main character, no matter how amazing that man is, I do not care, he starts to get ideas in his head that, wow, he is really amazing, and maybe he could do better than you. It's unwise. Trust me, you are so much better off to focus on yourself, because then he will focus on you too, which is easier said than done when you really like a guy. I get it, you guys, especially if you're watching this and you're a lover girl. So here's how to do it. You stop over giving where he's under giving. You start matching the level of effort that he's giving you. So think about it like a job. If an employee shows up late, misses deadline, barely contributes to the team, the company doesn't turn around and reward them. They likely demote them or maybe even fire them. But if an employee shows up consistently, brings value to the team, takes initiative, and invests in the company's success, the company turns around and invests in them, gives them a raise, promotes them, whatever. Relationships should work the exact same way. If a man is putting in minimal effort into you, but still gets full access to your time, attention, body, energy, there's no incentive for him to step up. But when effort is required to earn access to you, his behavior either improves, he treats you better, or he removes himself. But either way, you as a woman, you win. Therefore, if he pulls back, you mirror that and you pull back. If he sends you a short text, you show up at his house angry. No, I'm totally kidding. You respond sporadically back. But you need to keep warm feminine energy. This is where some women get it wrong. If a guy is texting you less, you don't go cold, you're not short with him, that's just gonna repel him. You wanna be warm feminine energy, but now you're texting him less too. This isn't about punishing a man, it's about respecting yourself as a woman. And not for nothing, we talked about this in another video. Reality is like a mirror. So if you disrespect yourself, you allow men to treat you like a doormat, you're going to attract in men at that same vibration. But if you love and adore yourself, only the best for you, you're going to attract in men who treat you like that. So set boundaries around the way that men treat you. I have other videos on the boundaries I recommend, so check those out. So stop overgiving to men, chasing them, begging them to choose you. Ex-lover girls never do that. They know the right man will pursue them and the wrong ones won't. But either way, It says nothing about your worth as a woman, and it tells you everything you need to know about that man's emotional maturity and availability level. Resist the impulse to make his actions personal because it never says anything about you as a woman. It's always about him. Remember, your worth is not up for negotiation. Some people don't see the value in a Chanel bag, and it's not because the bag is like broken or deficient. It's because that person has bad taste, and that's on them. The third shift is strategic mystery. This is where most women accidentally kill a man's attraction without even realizing it. First, you have to understand something about men. The way that you as a woman, you want safety. Men want intrigue from a woman. So when women are an open book, they put everything out there right away. They don't make him earn their personal stories. Men don't see this as a positive thing. They see it as really boring. Oversharing is repellent to men. Now he feels like he already knows everything he needs to know about you without chasing, without earning it. And the way that men work is they get attached to women in the pursuit. So the longer you can draw it out, the more hooked he gets on you. There is a gap between what he knows about you and what he wants to know about you. That gap, that's where desire grows. That's why you want to be strategically mysterious. Don't tell him everything up front. Don't trauma dump on the first date. Make him have to earn these stories and insights into your inner world, and then he values it more. A great tactic for this is using the cliffhanger effect. So think about your favorite TV show. When something really exciting happens and then the episode cuts off, what do? You stay up later because you have to know what happens next. That's dopamine at work. Dopamine is the brain's reward and motivation chemical. It gets released in anticipation of something great, not in the reward itself. People get that confused a lot. So your brain isn't addicted to the answer, it's addicted to the suspense of what the answer could be. When there's mystery, a man's brain stays engaged. He thinks about you more, he wants you more, and that's how attraction grows. So instead of telling your entire story up front, leave some things unfinished. Instead of answering every single question in detail, give him just enough to keep him curious. Allow him to ruminate on you when you're not around. That's how you move in to live rent-free in a man's head. So when he calls and asks, what have you been up to all day? Don't list out everything you did. Just say, I had a really interesting meeting. I'll tell you about it when I see you. Or when he asks you about your ex, you don't unload and tell him everything. You just say, we learned a lot from each other, and I'll tell you more when we get to know each other better. The purpose is not to hide who you are from this man. The purpose is to let him earn access to you. A woman with depth is intriguing to a man and makes him want to pursue her. And men bond through the pursuit. They attach through effort, and they value what they have to work for. So stop giving away your stories for free. Let men stay curious. He'll survive, you guys. This is a grown man we're discussing. Motivate him to come back for the next episode. That's how you turn attraction into attachment. So the last shift is called the value shift. This is where attraction is either created or quietly destroyed. Nothing makes a man more obsessed with you like being obsessed with your own life. Passion is magnetic to men. Independence is extremely alluring. It's that not needing him energy that we discussed earlier. You're not waiting for a man to rescue you. He's just another added bonus to your already amazing life. And that's what makes him want to be a part of your life. Not because you need him, because you want him. Inversely, you make a man the center of your life. Mark my words, his attraction goes steadily downhill. And the other important factor in this is that when you have an abundant life, you're less likely to settle or break any of your boundaries for a man. This is because when you like him, but again, you don't necessarily need him to be happy, you're only going to entertain men who add your happiness. Any guy that brings chaos to you, you're going to be like, see ya, bye. And the stronger of boundaries you hold, the better of a boyfriend you will attract. It's that simple. So let me leave you all with this. Making a man realize your worth is not about proving yourself. You have nothing to prove to that man. It's about remembering who you are as a woman. You are not something a man gets access to without effort, intention, respect, and the right man will rise to meet that standard. The wrong man will say it's too much work and run away, but either way, you win. You don't want a man like that. Because when you move like a woman who knows her worth, every man reflects that back. The moment you stop negotiating your worth, the right men start competing for your time. If this video resonated with you, be sure to like and subscribe and share it with another woman you think would benefit from it. And I'll see you all next time.